we're going to go ahead and get started this afternoon. Thank you all so much for joining our March volunteer training for Solar United Neighbors. My name's Alexis Miller, and we also have Annie Wolf on the call from Solar United Neighbors. We'll get into introducing ourselves later in the call. So just to give y'all, there we go, some overview of what we'll be doing today. We're going to have introductions to talk more about what I do and what Annie does, and then share more about Solar United Neighbors and who we are, talk about what can you do, how can you get involved with Solar United Neighbors, and then the next steps after that. Just so you guys all are aware of the logistics during this, if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask them. Please type them into the chat feature of Zoom. Annie will be monitoring the chat feature, and for the last part of the webinar, we'll get into questions and can do a little Q&A portion. We don't expect the webinar to last for the full hour today, so we should have plenty of time for questions. And all of you will receive an email afterwards with a recording of the webinar and the links that we share in the webinar, so you can have easy access to those. If you have any technical difficulties, you can feel free to post those in the chat, and Annie will work with you to solve those, or you can reach out to my emails, amiller@Solar United Neighbors, and we'll do what we can to help you guys out. Again, we thank you for taking the time to meet with us this afternoon. So introductions, again, my name's Alexis Miller. I'm an engagement specialist at Solar United Neighbors. I've been working at Solar United Neighbors for about a year now, and my 6 states that I focus on are listed there, as well as work with planning engagement activities for folks who are around the whole nation so that people are able to build the solar movement no matter where they're located. I'm really passionate about the work that we do and have had a really great time being able to build more structure and volunteer opportunities at Solar United Neighbors. I'm really passionate about our mission and the way it provides a tangible action and tangible way for folks to be able to build a more sustainable future. And I'm going to turn it over to Annie and let her introduce herself as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Annie Wolf. I'm Sun's new Director of Engagement. So I just joined, this is actually my 4th week. So really excited to work with Alexis and the Sun team on expanding our volunteer opportunities and engagement activities and really getting people introduced and really excited about the solar movement. So I work with Alexis on the program overall, and I'm currently covering engagement activities for the states of Colorado, Washington, D.C., Florida, Maryland, New Jersey, and Minnesota. So.
Thanks, Annie. Like Annie mentioned, she's our Director of Engagement. We're really excited to have her on board and help with revamping some of our programs. So we also have a whole team of other folks that are involved at Solar United Neighbors. I work from Richmond, Virginia, and Annie's up in Massachusetts, and we have folks all over working, as well as we have our headquarters in DC, where we have a team of folks that work there as well. So just a little bit more information about Solar United Neighbors. So you know more about us. We are a national 501c3 nonprofit. We really help to provide education and technical assistance to folks who are interested in rooftop solar. We really want to be a non-biased consumer advocate for folks. So we're installer neutral and financing neutral, help to be that non-biased education source for folks. A big part of what we do is advocate for policies that help to make solar an option for everyone. And that's a big piece of the work that we do. We create this solar community through our listservs, which are online places to communicate, events. We have many volunteer opportunities, which we'll dig into more, and advocacy, which we'll also talk about more throughout the webinar. This is our mission. We're a community of people building a new energy system with rooftop solar at the cornerstone. We help people to go solar, join together, and fight for their energy rights. We'll talk about those 3 pillars several times throughout this discussion. They're really a key part of what we do. So we help people to go solar through our co-ops and our membership program, and help people to join together and fight for their energy rights. And as we help more people to go solar, we have more people who can join together. We can fight for energy right policies that can help more people to go solar, which helps the circle to kind of continue self-reinforcing. So that's a big piece of how we make the work happen here at Solar United Neighbors. Just a little bit about how we started as an organization. This is our CEO, Anya. Her son and his friend watched the movie An Inconvenient Truth and were motivated to take action and wanted to take Anya's home solar. And her son asked her about doing that and seeing the difficulties in the process and the costs and things like that. Kind of challenged her son to, we'll go solar if you can get the whole neighborhood to go solar, kind of thinking he wouldn't be able to do that. But they ended up going door to door to their neighbors, gathering a group together in our first co-op, solar co-op, which is how we run our state programs today, called the Mount Pleasance Solar Cooperative in DC. And they were able to go solar with a group of their neighbors. And then folks were asking Anya on helping their community go solar, and other states asking her to go solar. And we've kind of just expanded from that and been able to grow into this much larger organization from there. So what we do now, these are our state programs where we have state staff on the ground. We're really lucky to be able to have state directors in these locations, as well as other support staff to help them with running the programs. And what we do in states is, a big piece of that is helping people to go solar. So through those solar co-ops that I mentioned, where we bring groups of people together to go solar in a group, where they're able to, one, leverage from the power of bulk purchasing, but as well as have our state director or staff help to guide them through the process and be that non-biased advocate to help educate them through the solar process. And they're able to go together through a group, which helps to continue to build that community asset that we spoke about. And our states also do a ton of education work. So we have a solar congress in each of our states once a year, and they rotate throughout the state to be able to educate all the different areas. And they're a one-day solar conference, basically, that helps folks from the very beginning of Solar 101 all the way to more advanced topics and advocacy and bringing people together around solar. They're really powerful events, and I encourage you to attend if you are able to in any of these states. And we also do information sessions, solar happy hours, do tabling and other outreach events to be able to really educate the community about solar. And then we also do a lot of advocacy work. So helping to make sure that everywhere is a solar friendly place for people to go solar, and it's a viable option for folks, are a lot of the work that we do in our states on the ground. But we also do have a membership program so we can help folks to go solar nationwide, and we're hoping to expand to 50 states as rapidly as possible as we can keep things moving that way. But we definitely help folks throughout the nation and have a lot of opportunities for engagement and volunteerism throughout the nation as well. A little bit more about what we do nationally. Some of our programs to highlight, we have our Sun Patch program, which is a youth education program used primarily with Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts. It's a really cool way for them to learn more about solar and see solar in their community and see that in action and learn a little bit more about that. And then we have our Brews from the Sun program. It's a competition for the best solar powered brewery in the nation. We won't be doing that competition this year, but we're continually looking for ways to engage solar powered businesses to be able to help continue to build that solar community and solar movement together. A really big, exciting thing that we have coming up in October is the National Solar Tour. And this is a really great event that happens every year in October as a partnership with the American Solar Energy Society, where any home, business, nonprofit, school that is solar powered can have a solar open house where you can let folks come to your front yard or come to your school or business or garage and see how your system works. And it's a really powerful way for folks to be able to see solar in action. We found that being able to have that one-on-one interaction and be able to see how solar really works is really a powerful way for people to be able to experience solar and to help build the solar movement. So we have that coming up in October, and we'll have a ton of different opportunities for volunteerism around that, as well as if you have solar, you're more than welcome to join in the tour as well. Annie heavily works on that, and we'll be sending out tons of information coming up shortly about that and building up through October. Just some stats to share with you guys more about the impact that Solar United Neighbors has had. Last year on the National Solar Tour, we had 857 open houses, and we're hoping to have a substantial build to that this next year, and really excited about that. Through the Sun Patch program that I mentioned, we've had 1,870 youth educated, and that number is continually growing, and they're youth from across the nation, which is really cool. We've had over 221 solar co-ops implemented, and those are constantly growing as well, and over 4,500 homes that have gone solar. A whole lot of pounds of lifetime CO2 offset, and through these solar co-ops, we've had 622 jobs created. So, like I mentioned, I'm really passionate about the work that we do and that we're able to have really tangible on-the-ground effects on solar in communities and building the solar movement as a whole. We want to kick off before talking about our volunteer opportunities and the different ways that you can get involved by letting you guys know our coronavirus response, just so we're all on the same page. I know it's something on the top of all of our minds. Like I have mentioned, we have a ton of different events that happen in each of our states and throughout the nation, a lot of in-person events. And so you all are aware, for the next month or so, we are actually moving all of our events to be digital online events, whether that be webinars like this, or we've had Facebook Live Q&As and Google Hangouts and different ways to be able to engage folks online just to better keep everyone safe and healthy for the next foreseeable future as we get this under control. We are totally open to ideas of ways you'd like to see us involved with you online. So if you have any ideas of things you'd like us to do, feel free to enter that into the chat box, or you're welcome to email our Get Involved inbox is our volunteer email address. So getinvolved@solarunitedneighbors.org. We'd love to hear the different ideas that you have. We'll be talking about our movie screening, which is one way. We also had someone mention on Facebook they'd love to have an advocacy training. So different things like that. We're totally open to those ideas and are excited about the opportunity to engage folks in a different way and help to provide something for you to do while you might be working from home or stuff from at home more than often over the next couple of weeks. So we're going to dig into more about what you can do to volunteer and engage with Solar United Neighbors. We've divided these up into our 3 pillars, so that join together, go solar, and fight for your energy rights. They all intermingle with each other, but we're going to talk more about what each of those opportunities are within that. So joining together is really about education and building out the opportunity for folks to learn more about solar, learn more about Solar United Neighbors, learn more about how they can fight for their energy rights, and really bringing people together around that. So some of the opportunities that we have with that would be canvassing around neighborhoods, staffing a table at an event. We have a lot of Earth Day events that are coming up towards the end of April. So letting folks know about solar at those. Posting flyers in your community that could be at different coffee shops or libraries to let people know about upcoming events or about joining a co-op or different opportunities like that. We work with a lot of different community organizations, so helping to make those connections. Thus, we work with the Sierra Club, the League of Women Voters, and many other groups to help to provide a really broad impact for folks. And another option is educating youth. We have that Sun Patch program where if you work with a youth group, it's focused right now around how to involve Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, but you are more than welcome to use it for your church group or other groups that you might be working with that are youth that are looking to learn more about solar. It's a really great way to engage folks around that, and we're happy to help with any assistance in doing that. Another option is to host or plan events. We'll be talking about our movie screenings, which was our March action for folks, as well as postcard parties, bringing people together around those kinds of advocacy actions, or hosting a solar happy hour where you bring folks who have either gone solar or bring folks who are interested in solar together to be able to learn and talk together and network with other folks. So what you can do with fighting for your energy rights. We do a lot of work, as I mentioned, to make sure that solar is a viable option for everyone. And everywhere has solar friendly policies for people, and it's always a work in progress, but we're really working hard towards that. And there are kind of two avenues to work on this advocacy side of things. We have one, the in-person advocacy, and two, the online advocacy. So in person, there's meeting with your state representatives, attending a hearing or a press conference. Online, we do a lot of petitions or writing emails to your representatives, submitting our postcards that show your support for solar to your representatives, or writing a letter to the editor, submitting public comment are some of the examples of online advocacy actions. You can go onto our website at solarunitedneighbors.org and go to the Take Action part of our website, and it'll show all of our current actions. So that's a good way for you to see what's coming up for that. Then what you can do to help people go solar. This is applicable if you have a solar co-op in your area, or if you're wanting to bring a solar co-op in your area, but we don't have them necessarily everywhere all the time, but we can always use a ton of help with those when we do have them happening, to help with spreading the word, whether that be through flyering or online through your social media or listservs. Same as going to events and tabling and sharing the word and getting that out. It's really important to help folks to know about the solar co-op. And then if you have solar, it's really helpful for you to share your story. You can be a solar ambassador at our solar info sessions to be able to share with others how you went solar and how that has affected you. And it's really powerful for people to be able to talk with someone who has gone solar. So that's the ways that you can get involved in that part of things. We've got a few ideas. I'm sure some people are quarantined at home these days. They're having a little bit of extra free time with sports canceled and things like that. So we wanted to have some ways that you can really get involved today at home, from your couch, ways that you can get involved. And we'll again send these in the email afterwards so that you're aware. But you can send a postcard at ilovemy.solar is the website, and you can send a postcard, and those get sent to your representative saying that you support solar, as well as you can share your solar story. If you've gone solar, you can go to solarunitedneighbors.org/share your story and share more about what has happened and how was going solar for you and what are barriers that you had and advice you have for other people. It's a great way for others to be able to learn from your experience and see photos of you with your solar system. It's a really fun way to get involved. And then, as I mentioned, on the advocacy side, taking action. We always have action alerts going on throughout our state program. So if you go to solarunitedneighbors.org and then click on the Take Action part, you'll be able to see all of our different action alerts. Then we wanted to dig into our March volunteer action. As many of you guys are aware, our March volunteer action was to do a solar movie screening of Current Revolution. And we're so thankful for those of you who signed up to host a movie screening. And we have decided with this move to digital for the next period of time that we'll actually be hosting a virtual movie screening that you are more than welcome to attend. We would like everyone to be there, and we want you to invite your friends, your family, your coworkers. People are needing something to do right now, so it's a great opportunity to kind of mix up your normal routine, learn more about what is happening with the grid and the future of the energy grid. And so I will play you guys the trailer so you can learn a little bit more about the movie screening, and then we'll talk about what you can do. I'm going to make sure my sound is on for you folks. So that's the movie trailer. I hope you guys can hear that. I can't see the chat box, so I'm not sure if you guys were able to hear that or not. But if you weren't, I will send it in the email afterwards, so you guys can watch the trailer. But it's a really cool video. It's just 30 minutes long and talks about smart policies and investments to help to modernize our grid. And so it'll be a really great chance for you to be able to, one, watch the film, and then we'll do a Q&A afterwards to have an interactive discussion. So it's a really great opportunity for you to learn more and share this with your neighbors and friends and folks who might be interested. So the ask that we have with this is for you to spread the word. So send an email to your friends, family, neighbors, coworkers, anyone who might be interested in watching this film or that you think could benefit from learning more about this. We encourage you to post it on your local community or neighborhood listservs or next door, apps like that. Post about it on social media, Instagram and Facebook. Distribute flyers locally or different outreach methods locally, and really think about what works in your community. If there's places that people would more likely see it in your community, then do that. And we really want to encourage you to think creatively about this. It's a really cool time where folks are looking for stuff to do from home, and this is a unique opportunity to teach folks through that medium. So encourage you to think about ways to do that and connect with us if you need any resources to do that. In our email after this webinar, we'll send you some more information for you to be able to send the link of how to sign up for the webinar to attend it. And we'll give you more information in that. The next steps are, like I said, to sign up to attend the movie. We will send you guys the link in the email afterwards to spread the word. And then if you're interested in other volunteer opportunities, you can head to solarunitedneighbors.org/volunteer, and it lists all of our current volunteer opportunities, as well as we will connect you with your state director for current actions in your area and send you an email afterwards that gives you a recap of this, as well as connects you to your state director if you're in one of our active states, or to Annie and I if you're in another state, to be able to talk with you more about different actions that you can take. And now I'm going to open it up to questions. Annie's been monitoring the chat box, so I'm going to have her take over for the rest of the time and answer any questions that we've received during this.
Hi, everyone. So it looks like, Alexis, just so you know, the audio was really weird during the trailer, but I did send it out to the chat box, and then we can also send it out the follow-up link. So,
awesome. Thank you.
It happens. And then we also got a suggestion from actually one of our Sun team about offering guidelines and tips and sample videos. So folks who went solar with a co-op could actually make their own videos at home to share and promote. So I thought that was an awesome idea. So I think that'll go in the long list of things that we're going to put together so people stay active during this time for sure.
Great idea.
So, yeah. Let's see. And the other thing that came up too was just we talked a lot about some in-person advocacy and in-person, get-togethers and things like that. And we do want you to know this is also our general volunteer presentation and one that we've given before. So we realize that that's not necessarily an ask that we can make right now, and we don't encourage you to do in-person activities. And beyond that, you may see some some Earth Day requests coming up in the next couple of weeks, and just know that those are all to be determined, and that language will be in those asks. We don't want anybody to take any risks. We don't totally know what cities are going to do and what counties are going to do about these celebrations. So, we certainly hope that things will move forward, but, we're on the edge of wanting to be prepared just in case some of these events go forward, but then also, being very cognizant that many of these events may not move forward. So just know that if you get any emails from us in the future about any of those upcoming in-person events. So, cool. Let's see. I don't have any questions so far, other than those two.
Great. Well,
yeah,
that works great. If anyone does have any questions, Annie and I check this get involved at solarunitedneighbors.org inbox, so you're more than welcome to reach out to us there, as well as, like I mentioned, we'll send an email afterwards. It'll probably be tomorrow so that we can get this webinar uploaded online for you to watch as well, and for the folks who weren't able to attend to watch afterwards as well. But we'll get an email out to you, and you can feel free to respond to that with any questions you have. And we would love to connect with you, like Annie said, on any opportunities that will be coming up in the future. We're really excited to work with you all and really appreciate you taking the time to attend this training today. So thank you all.